Hey my fellow viewers, Warribo here again for another NES video. This time we're going to face the Champion Bulldozer. Here are the gear requirements you're gonna need. Anat needs evasion to avoid the dots. More likely to avoid it, the higher the evasion. He'll be the main attacker here. Also, her shields are going to be the most important part of this run. Next, we have Grace. Grace's skill will increase the continuous damage immunity longer with this skill, Nature's Judgment. This skill will also help in case the bulldozer actually landed the ignore defense or ignore defense decrease buff, then or a stun. In that case, we're gonna use this skill to remove it. Next, we have Stokesia. She will be the main support for this team. She needs a minimum 1000 speed. She will be the one to increase the attack bars to the max. Also, her buffs are going to be very useful. Next, we have Miho. She needs to be high in evasion. Accuracy is not required, but she needs to be surviving the whole time. She's going to be the main healer here. If she dies, we can't last any more score. Next, we have Entel. Well, Entel is going to be the main tank here. Without Entel, our other units will die, because Entel will be the one to have the continuous damage immunity. He also needs all traits though. Without it, he won't be a survivalist. Also, the most important part of this build is the 1000 speed. He needs the 1000 speed so he could cast his skills more often than normal. You might question, why would I use my level 30 Entel instead of my level 36? Well, I have different gear for each of my Entels. And my gems have been removed so that my level 30 Entel has it right now. Alright. Let's talk about their formation, why it's so important. Anat needs to be the one to get attack from the bulldozer's normal attack. The reason why is because of this trait, Overcome. The more this actually activates, the faster her attacks get reloaded. Also, this shield gets reloaded even more faster than normal. Also, this trait, utilize defense. This trait will actually increase the damage. The higher the wave, the more defense they have, the more this will deal to the boss. Okay. Grace doesn't need the Stokesia buff, because Grace will be the one to avoid being contacted as a main threat. You don't want Grace to die also. Grace will be the one as a backup healer. If I put Miho here, the bulldozer will most likely hit the bottom row. So in case you don't want to always hit ento and Grace is still in cooldown. You don't want that. Okay. Start off with a battle. Starter. Okay, until there. Okay, starting off with Stokesia's buff, the attack buff. Yeah, I forgot to mention, you need at least 10% penetration for Miho, Stokesia, Ento, or Grace to actually just one-shot those fire minions. Okay, wave 4. This time, you actually want the Ento continuous damage immunity. Alright, wave 7. This time, you actually want to use Annette's shield. If you don't, Annette might die. Alright, use this time to remove debuffs in heal. We're gonna use this skill to increase the time of the buff so it lasts longer. Alright, wave 8. Alright, wave 9. Each wave from wave 8 to wave 10 gets more harder and harder. So make sure to actually plan ahead. No.